Stop condoning.
Last question. I wanted to go around the table on this. How does everyone identify politically?
Politically, I would say
Liberal,
I'm pretty
conservative?
neutral, but a little more on the conservative side.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty much straight down the middle moderate.
I go a little more liberal.
I would say a moderate libertarian that's a little more right-leaning.
Same.
I feel like I'm pretty neutral with more conservative views.
I don't know. I have been finding myself agreeing more with conservative views in the past few months. So
A little closer to the mic. Oh, well, yeah, it's fine.
Very conservative.
I think the thumbnail speaks for itself on this video.
Yeah. Wow, I would have liked to have tried to stack the panel a little more, have some liberals, but it seems like pretty moderate overall panel, I would say generally, with some perhaps leaning a bit more conservative even. Okay, so the follow-up question, the reason I asked is because my follow-up question was going to be, would you date a guy who's conservative?
yes.
Are we going one by one again?
Yeah, we'll start with you.
My boyfriend is very conservative, so yes.
Based.
I would date a conservative guy. I don't think he'd want anything to do with me. So, yeah.
Probably.
I like my liberal skinny boys that are,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think as long as we align with the same core values, I think that's important.
Okay. Well,
Oh yeah, us together, I'm conservative. I want to be with the conservative guy, so what we got is good.
I would actually only date a more conservative, moderate leaning
are you
woman.
guys conservative though?
I would say not lifestyle wise, but politically. And I think that it matters that much in a relationship, because if I was to be with a woke leftist person, it's just what are we going to go on one date? We're not going to agree on anything. It's just that way. But, lifestyle wise, we don't necessarily, we're kind of like free-spirited hippies more. So.
Eric, could you open the door? Go ahead.
I think I would.
Sure.
Well, and I assume you guys, since you're conservative, you date.
I'm marrying one.
Well,
God bless.
Would you guys, assuming let's say you weren't in a relationship right now, would either of you two date a liberal guy?
Absolutely not.
Depends on how you're defining the word liberal. I think by today's standards, a classically liberal worldview is by modern standards considered conservative, and you're starting to see that benchmark transition very substantially before our eyes. Would I date a leftist? No.
Okay, so you're saying classical liberal?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Brian,
well, yeah.
What about you? Because we're engaged, and I think this is pretty important.
Yeah, I would date.
No.
What
are you liberal or conservative?
It's. I've previously said I consider myself kind of moderate center. I don't know. I'd have to go down each issue one by one. Because I think, I don't know, it's hard to say what exactly I am. I think I'm probably fairly moderate. I think I'm right-leaning on stuff. Maybe on some stuff I'm left-leaning. I would have to really go down each issue one by one with you. Because I guess there's a specific term for this. I guess what I don't like to see is, I think people can have a conservative view on one thing and a liberal view on another. And I think it's kind of bad. It's not necessarily bad, but if you know someone's position on one political issue, you shouldn't really be able to know their position on the rest. However, nowadays, if you know someone's position on one issue, you can pretty much guess.
Well, a lot of moderate people on the right are for there's that saying of I want a gay couple to protect their pot farm with a gun.
Sure.
Then that's the saying. A lot, and a lot of people, I think, who are very moderate nowadays on the left and right both have that viewpoint.
Most polling is saying that we as a generation within Gen Z are politically homeless. So 52% of us are registering as independent, not as Republicans or Democrats when we're registering to vote. And I think that's going to start to show really substantially. It did in November, certainly, but will again next year. And I'm anxious to see, because I think most people would agree with you, Brian, that it's not a blanket statement statement. It's not a letter next to your name. It's a lot more nuanced and complicated than that.
Yeah. So, I mean, to answer the question, I mean, I would date a conservative girl. I suppose I would date a liberal girl. I'm not it's really hard because like you said, these are kind of blanket terms, and like, what does that actually mean? Because, someone who identifies as conservative, that can manifest itself in various ways in terms of what they actually believe. And so I think there is a bit of a variety. I forgot there's this exact term for it, political cohesion. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But okay, we have Luke here.